What is up, everybody? How is it going? Austin prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Winning Wednesday. So, as you are all tuning in, feel free to add a win to the chat. As you're tuning in, let me know how your day is going. Feel free to give this video a like if you are tuning in. Helps other people see it, helps with the algorithm. But today, what we're going to be talking about, how many days a week do you actually have to work out to see results? And how many days is too many? Do you have to work out every day to see the results that you want to see? Because a lot of people are going to be starting to talk up, or going to be starting to go to the gym. They're going to start working out. They're going to start pursuing their fitness goals or their weight loss goals. And so oftentimes, when that happens, people a lot of times have not unrealistic expectations, but a lot of times people have like they feel like they have to do way freaking more than they actually do in order to see the results. They're like I'm going all in. It's New Year's. I'm gonna crush my goals. I'm all in. I'm all in. Working out twice a day, 60 minutes of cardio. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna lift the weights. I'm gonna do 100 push-ups a day, and they just go, just honestly, just like to put it bluntly, like balls to the wall, like in their journey, right off the bat, right out the get go. And what ends up happening is that they burn themselves out. They burn themselves out because they go to the gym too many. They go to the gym too much, and that's coming from me, right? That's coming from me, and I love the freaking gym. But don't do what I did whenever was first starting out. Whenever I first started out, I would go to the gym like 7 days a week, like for months on end. And guess what started happening? I started getting sick a lot more often. I started getting injured. My performance was like honestly, like I stopped hitting as many PRs. I got weaker over time because your body is not built to be able to go all in 7 days a week. Like you see a lot of people like talking, they're like go hard every day, and like you can have active rest days, but if you do not have a rest day in your week, you are screwing yourself over when it comes to seeing progress long term. And so these, I'm gonna for this month of December leading up to January, I'm gonna be trying to kind of cover some more like not newbie topics, but like more like people just starting out, because a lot of people are just starting out, and a lot of people may not know these things yet. And so talking about these things is a healthy reminder for those of you that do know about this stuff, and a fresh start for those of you that are just starting out. And so yeah, so because a lot of times feel free to like chime in the comments if you're watching right now. But if you're watching and you've heard gotta go hard, you gotta work out every day, you gotta like make sure you're doing your cardio, and you're doing, like I talked about it yesterday, like everybody who first starts out with a fitness journey or they're trying to lose weight, they feel like they gotta do a shit ton of cardio and like restrict themselves like crazy with food and things like that, when you don't have to actually. And if you didn't watch that, go watch that live after this one. But yeah, and so you may be in the position where you're like, okay, like I want to go to the gym, but how many days a week do I go? Right? How many days a week do I go? Do I have to go every day to see progress? How long should I be working out for? Like how many reps and sets should I be doing? How many times a week should I be hitting certain body parts? And so people go into the gym and they feel lost a lot of times if they don't have a coach or if they don't have a game plan in place to follow. And so you can feel a little lost. The analogy I like to use is like, you go into the gym and it's like, oh my gosh, there's all these people, there's all this equipment. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And you feel like you're like lost, like treading water out in the middle of the ocean. It's just like, oh my gosh, like this is overwhelming. And then a lot of times what people do is they just default to the treadmill, because like anybody can walk, right? Anybody can walk on a treadmill. It doesn't take, like you don't have to like plan it out and things like that. You have to use the equipment and things like that. You just walk on the treadmill. And I think that's why a lot of times people just, divert to, or they, divert to that, from the get go. But I'm here to tell you guys, one, you don't have to work out every day to see results, like at all. Most people, like nobody should work out every day. Even people who are on performance enhancing drugs. I don't want Facebook to freaking flag my shit. Even people who are on PEDs, they need to take rest days. They need to take rest days too, and they're on stuff that basically makes them recover quicker than your average person. Like if that doesn't say something, then I don't know what does. But you need to take rest days. You should be taking at least one rest day a week, at least. And if you're just starting out, or if you have if you get like if you're notorious for getting shitty sleep on a regular basis, which that's a whole other thing that you need to correct. But if that's happening, you should at least be taking one rest day a week, maybe even two. A lot of people would probably benefit from taking two rest days a week. It just depends on what your goals are and where you're at in your journey. If you're a newbie just starting out, you don't want to go like 6 days a week to the gym. You probably want to start out between 3 to 5 days a week in the gym. And that's maybe people don't like that because they're like, no, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go hard. That's fine. Like, good on you. If you can maintain that, that's perfectly fine. But most people, when you're first starting out, you haven't built these habits up yet. You haven't built these skills up. You haven't built the routine up, and you're trying to like do like 10 new things at the same time when you just need to focus on getting good at one thing. And once you get good at that, add the next thing. And once you get good at that, add the next thing, and just continue doing that until you have all like 10 new things that you're trying to add to your like schedule, and then go forward from there. And then revel in the success that you've seen. Habit stack, right? Routine stack, skill stack, whatever you want to call it. But don't try to do it all at once and then be disappointed whenever you burn out or you can't maintain that. Like, that's just not realistic. And so set realistic expectations. But like, if how many days a week should you work out? Depends on your goals, right? Depends on your goals. Like, are you trying to lose weight? Are you just trying to build muscle? Like what are your goals? And based on your goals, that would determine what that would be. But for most people, working out 3 to 5 days a week, you can reach your goals. Obviously, if your goal is for weight loss or building muscle, like, the more you go, the quicker you're going to get there. But you need to do what you can actually handle based on your schedule, based on what you got going on. That's why I love what I do for my clients. Is because it's literally built for their schedule. It's literally built for them and what they've got going on. So that way, like, it fits their needs and what they can handle at that time. And like, adjusting what that like baseline is for their level of fitness, like where they're at right now, and their schedule and their time management, things like that. Like, you can adjust it as you go along, and that's what you guys need to be doing for yourselves as well when you're going through a journey like this. And so, making sure that you're going to the gym, like, you're not going more than you can handle, right? Like, just, you have to have an honest conversation with yourself and be like, how much can I realistically handle right now? Like, man, am I struggling to, like, like, and that's the other thing too, is like, setting the realistic expectation of how much time you're actually going to have. Like, I work with a lot of parents. I work with a lot of moms. I work with a lot of people, like busy professionals who are also parents that that work like 10, 12-hour shifts. And then it's like time that then they have to get their workout in still, either after their 10, 12-hour shift or before they go and do it, which is usually what I recommend, because that's, just getting it out of the way so you don't have to worry about it after you're going to be exhausted all day. But when that happens, though, right? When that happens, maybe you can't commit to a whole hour of being at the gym like some people can. Maybe you can't commit to like an hour and a half or 2 hours at the gym, like you see a lot of these gym bros talking about, and a lot of these other fitness influencers talking about how long they go to the gym for and all this other shit. And it's like, yo, they don't have they have a job, but they don't have a real job, or there might not be parents, or they've got all these other things that are in play that don't fit the realistic like lifestyle of a normal freaking person, right? Like they can go to the gym for 2 hours a day because that's their job. I like even I like even I have a hard time getting into the gym as much as I did whenever I was like in college, because I've got a shit ton more responsibility now. I've got a kid. I run a business. Like, I've got over 50 clients right now, like, that I'm working with. Like, I got a lot of shit going on. Like, my clients have a lot of shit going on. They have one or multiple kids. They work. Like, they're trying to manage a household. Like, whatever it may be. Like, that's just not that. Real life isn't like that for a lot of people. So we need to stop pretending like it is, and just be honest with ourselves with what we can actually handle. And it might not be an hour and a half or 2 hour workout. I don't even work out that long. Like, and I do this for a living. Like, I mean, I personally, I work out, anywhere from like actual like strength training, like half hour to maybe an hour max if I'm hitting like a big body part, or if I've got a little bit of extra free time. I might work out for half hour to an hour a day, and then I might do some cardio, but like, or some stretching or things like that. But like, you got to be honest with yourself. Like you, and just to set the tone, you can get in great freaking shape if you only work out for like a half hour, 45 minutes, like, like, 3 to 6 days a week. You can do that. Like, you can really do that. You have to be disciplined with your nutrition still. And yes, if you do it like for 3 days a week, you're gonna take longer to get to your goals than probably somebody who's doing it 5 or 6 days a week. That's fine, but you got to like meet yourself where you're at right now and then build upon that. Like that's why I always start out all my new clients like this is your dial-in week to like figure like the first 2 weeks working with me. It's like dialing shit in. It's like where are you at right now at your current level of fitness? Where's your metabolism at right now? We're gonna meet you where you're at and then build upon that. There's no point in throwing you through the gauntlet into a boot camp of like all this random shit that you don't like. You're barely getting in 2 or 3 workouts a weekend right now for 30 minutes. Why would we throw you into the gauntlet and have you do like 6 days a week for an hour and a half a day? Like that doesn't shit doesn't make sense. You're gonna have a bad fucking time. So that's what that's like the mentality behind it. What's up, Barbie? How's it going? What's up? But yeah, like honestly, like you got to have that mindset going to this. But just to set the tone, like you can get great results in your fitness journey or your weight loss journey from only going to the gym like between 3 and 5 times a week. I would say 3 days a week is like the minimum. Obviously, if you can only do it less, like that's better than nothing. But to really reap the benefits and building the muscle and things like that, and like getting like the like the benefits of it all, like you want to try and strive towards at least 3 days a week. But again, it doesn't have to be for like an hour. It could be like a half-hour workout. As long as you're efficient and you're actually hitting the proper amount of sets and reps for your goals, which is typically anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, maybe 8 to 15, depending on the muscle, reps per set, and then per set, and then the amount of sets that you want to do is anywhere from 10 to 20 sets per week per muscle group. So like your push pull, your just to separate it, like just to break it down, like push pull legs, right, and abs and cardio, like those things, like separating that out and like being like, okay, for each muscle group, so like my triceps, for my biceps, for my chest, for my back, for my legs, like sort of quads and hamstrings, my calf, like I'm gonna hit all those muscle groups for like 10 to 20 sets per week, and each set's gonna be made up of 8 to 12 reps per exercise. It's not super complicated at face value, right? Like, and I'm just saying, like, not to make anybody feel bad or anything like that. It's not a super complicated thing. If you wrote down what I just said, you've got like the majority of what a game plan should look like in terms of a fitness plan should be for strength training or fat loss. If that's your goal, that's the crux of it. Like that's what you need. That's the core. But implementing it's hard. Implementing it can be very freaking hard if you're doing it by yourself, right? Like it's one thing to have information, but to act on it and be able to implement it effectively and be accountable to it, that's where it becomes difficult, and that's where the benefit of having a coach can really come in handy. Not just me, but just like a mentor in any aspect of life that can be extremely beneficial because it's like you have somebody who's checking your work as you go along and making sure that you're doing the shit that you need to do and being kind of like a catalyst and like a compass in a sense. So I have a comment here. I used to go to the gym 2 hours a day, one rest day, which was on Sunday. Unfortunately, as you say, responsibilities change. Used to work half a day then. It takes time to get back. If I'll die if I do it now. Yeah, no, and exactly, and it's just just adapting things to your current life and like situation. Like that's important. Like don't don't spread yourself too thin, and don't I want you to go all in on your goals like wholeheartedly, but you got to go all in on your goals like wholeheartedly in an effective and like strategic way so that you actually succeed. You have to do it in that way, and so that's my thoughts on this. Like in general, most people can reach their goals, very effectively. Only going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. You should have at least one, maybe even 2 rest days, depending on how old you are, how quickly you recover. Everybody's different. How good your sleep is, how good your nutrition is. All these things play a factor in your recovery. If you get shit sleep, fix that shit first. Especially because you're gonna make your body's not gonna be able to like recover properly if that's what's going on. So, yeah. Hope that was helpful, guys. Hope that was helpful. If you got value from this, feel free to give this video a like. Helps other people see it. If you think somebody would get value from this live, feel free to tag them or share this video because I feel like a lot of people are going to be wanting to know about this stuff, especially with New Year's coming up. A lot of New Year's resolutioners are going to be, tapping into this and wanting to, learn about these things. So I want you guys who are watching this now, and I want everybody who's going to be watching in the next couple of weeks to start off on the right foot with factual knowledge and not screw themselves over because I want to see you guys succeed. I don't want you to be part of the 5, 80, 90, whatever percentile of people who quit on their New Year's resolutions. I don't want that to happen to you guys. I want you guys to succeed. So, yeah, that's all I got for you though today. Hope this was valuable. Hope this was helpful. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Happy Winning Wednesday. Peace, love, protein, and I'll talk to you guys later.